In my last video, I told you about walking away from my $300,000 VP job, my golden cage. And the number one question I got was, but Jenny, how did you exactly know your business could work before you quit? Now, to be real with you, I didn't just hope that it would work, I validated it. So I made about $50,000 in just 5 months while working on my job as a VP. Now, $30,000 of that was from coaching and about $20,000 was from speaking, all while managing a demanding corporate role. And today I'm going to walk you through my exact 4-step validation process so you can do the same thing. Because listen, you don't need to quit to start. You need to start to know if you should quit. I'm Jenny Lopez and let's validate your business idea, okay? Vamos! I'm gonna give you the real timeline because I know this is really important. I had a side business for about 3.5 years, but here's the thing, it was more of a hobby. I was coaching people here and there, I was speaking at events because I loved it, but really I was not treating it like a real business. But then something shifted. 8 months before I left corporate, I made a decision. I stopped playing around and I started treating it like an actual business. Those 8 months changed everything, my friends. Now, I also want to be clear about something else. Now, I also want to be honest about something else. My exit strategy was not just about proving my business concept. I started saving in 2020, way before I was ready to leave. I saved about 2 full years of expenses because I have 2 teenagers who are in competitive sports and I was the primary breadwinner. I needed to make this decision from a place of strength and not desperation. But here's what gave me confidence to actually leave. I wasn't leaving to figure it out. I was leaving to scale what already worked. That's a big difference. I'm gonna walk you through the exact 4 steps that I used to validate my business while working full-time. Okay, step number 1, identify your mission. I know I'm not talking about what you're going to sell. I'm talking about why it matters. See, most people start with the, I'm gonna be a coach or I'm gonna be a consultant, but that's the what. I'm talking about your mission. Your mission is the why. It's that thing that actually touches your heart. It's the problem that you cannot unsee. Like for me, my mission became very crystal clear. I wanted to empower people to unleash their authentic, what I call it, superpowers with confidence so they can monetize them and have the impact that they're meant to have. But here's the deeper why that drives me every single day. I was tired of watching people hide who they truly are just because the people around them, and sometimes including their loved ones, didn't get them. And when you hide, the world doesn't get the best of you. Even your family doesn't get the best of you. You don't even get the best of you. And I saw this everywhere in corporate. Brilliant people, dimming their light, playing small, checking the boxes instead of changing lives. And I realized that's my mission and that's what I'm here to fix. So here's your action item for step number 1. Write down what breaks your heart about your industry or the people you want to serve. What problem keeps you up at night? What would you fix if you had unlimited resources? Dream big. Because your mission is not about making the most money, it's about making a difference. And when you are clear on that, then validation becomes so much easier because you're not just selling a service, you're fulfilling a calling. Step number 2, número 2, define your transformation process and your niche, your ideal client. Okay, so your mission is the why. Your transformation process is the how. This is where you map out what's the before state and what's the after state. And the bridge, that's what you offer to get them from point A to point B. For me, the before state was high achievers, stuck in corporate, hiding their superpowers, feeling misaligned, being tolerated instead of celebrated. The after state was them launching authentic businesses, making bold career moves, showing up fully as themselves, and creating the impact that they were meant to have. And the bridge from point A to point B, my coaching program, my speaking engagements that help them identify their superpowers, build their personal brand, and create their exit strategy or their next bold move. But here's where most people mess up. They try to help everyone. You can't. You need to be specific about your ideal client. Who needs this transformation most urgently? Like now, ahora. Who's ready to invest in themselves? Who are you actually want to work with? I got laser focused, high achievers in corporate who were feeling that pull, that misalignment, that golden cage feeling. People who knew that they had more to give but didn't know how to monetize it or make the leap. And once I got crystal clear on that, everything changed. My messaging got sharper, my content started to resonate at a deeper level, and my clients showed up more committed. Now here's your action for step number 2. Map out your client's journey from point A to point B. What are they struggling with right now? And what does success looks like for them? And what's your unique process to get them there? And now write it down, make it specific. That is your roadmap. Step number 3, get real clients through your process and improve as you go. Now, this is where most people actually get stuck. They keep planning, they keep perfecting, they keep waiting for everything to be ready. And listen, I get it. I'm a recovering perfectionist myself. But here's the truth. You will never feel 100% ready. You have to start before you are ready. So I started taking on clients. I delivered my coaching program. I booked speaking engagements. And every single client taught me something that showed me what worked and what could work better and what needed to change. You know, one client came from a nonprofit world and wanted to do a transition to tech. Everyone told her that it was impossible. We worked together, she did it. And another client in sales and wanted to move to HR, a completely different function, he crushed it. And then there was this incredible woman who wanted to launch a house cleaning business while continuing to grow in her corporate career. Most people say, pick one. She's a mom, a wife, a working full-time, and building a business. And you know what happened? All sides of her expanded because of her personal growth. She didn't have to choose between, am I being a mom or a wife, a corporate professional, or do I do the business owner thing? She became all of it in a very authentic way, and everybody around her benefited from it too. Now, these were not just wins for them. These were proof points for me too. Proof that my process worked. Proof that my mission mattered. And proof that people will invest in themselves when they saw that the transformation was possible. And here's the magic. Every client improved my program and they continue to do so. They asked questions I didn't anticipate. They struggled with things that perhaps I didn't expect. They succeeded in ways that I didn't predict. And I adjusted, I refined, I made it better, and continue to doing so. Now here's your action item for step number 3. Stop perfecting and start doing. Get your first client, deliver your process, ask for feedback, improve, repeat. Because validation doesn't come from planning, it comes from doing. Ready for number 4? Now, number 4 is to hit validation milestones that prove that your concept works. Okay, so here's where the rubber meets the road. After following steps 1 through 3, here's what happened in just 5 months. I made $50,000. Like what? All while working full-time as a VP in a crazy, demanding schedule. But honestly, it wasn't just about the money. Here's what really validated my business. Number 1, happy clients who got real results. We're talking about career changes, business launches, promotions, bold moves that they thought that they were impossible. Number 2, repeat clients. People came back for more coaching. Organizations booked me for multiple speaking engagements. Number 3, honestly, phenomenal feedback. I'm talking about testimonials, referrals, people telling me, hey, you changed my life. That validation, you cannot fake. And number 4, I realized something very powerful. My original plan was to keep building until I could match my VP salary, right? That's what makes sense. But time was my biggest constraint. I was doing all of this with only a few hours a week because my corporate job was so demanding. And that's when it hit me. If I can make $50,000 in 5 months with limited time, imagine what could I do if I focus on this full time. That realization gave me the confidence to make the leap. And here's the reality check I need to give you. Validation is not about hitting a specific number. It's not about making 50,000, 100,000, or whatever. It's about proving 3 things. Number 1, that people will pay for what you offer. Number 2, that your process actually works and deliver results. And number 3, that you can consistently deliver, improve, and scale. Your validation number will be different than mine. Your timeline will be different than mine and anybody else's. Your milestones will be different, and that's okay. For some of you, validation might be landing your first 3 paying clients. For others, it might be getting a testimonial that makes you cry. Maybe for you, it might be hitting that $10,000 in revenue while working full time. Now, the point is that you need proof, not hope, not dreams, proof that your business concept works before you make any major life decisions. Now, let me connect this with my whole golden cage story from last week. Remember when I said I didn't leave my job because I hated my job? I left because I love my mission more. Well, this validation process is what made that possible. I didn't leave out of desperation or burnout or anger. I left from a place of strength because I had proof that my business worked. prove that my mission mattered, and prove that I could build something sustainable and incredible. And that's the gift of validation, mis amigos. It transforms your leap from scary to strategic. It changes your mindset from, ooh, I hope this works, to, I know this works. Now that's the difference between jumping off a cliff and building a bridge from point A to point B. So here's what I want you to do right now. Number one, drop your mission in the comments. What's the problem you're here to solve? I read every single comment and I promise I will respond. Number two, if you're ready to validate your business idea and you want my complete system, head over to Instagram, find me at Intentional Unicorn, and just let me know, hey, interested, and I would love to connect with you, learn about your business idea, and see how I can best help you. And number three, if you haven't watched my Golden Cage video yet from last week, go watch it. I'll link it here because that story will show you why validation matters, and this video shows you how to do it. Listen, you don't have to stay in the golden cage, okay? But you also don't have to leave without a parachute. That would be a disaster. You need to validate your concept, prove that it works, and then make your move from a place of confidence and strength. If you like this video, make sure you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next video, and let's build something incredible together. Vamos!